Hey, it's Kristen. I was gonna start a little new something or other. Basically about stupid things people do and say at my place of work. And, because there's probably like legal issues involved, I'm not going to say where I work, but, you probably already know. But anyway, just recently there's been, by recently I mean the entirety of the years I've worked there, things that just customers do and coworkers do, and it's just like, really? I'm just done. And so I thought, I like income, so I'm not gonna bitch to work. So, I'm just gonna post it on the internet because that's what we do these days, right? So, I'm just gonna roll with it, and we'll see. So, just a couple things that are like repetitive that I just don't like. One thing I can't stand about customers is they'll come up and they'll have like 18 items or 5 items or 2 items, whatever, and they'll be like, oh, I really don't want this item. So they come up with all their items and they just throw them haphazardly, and they'll be like, I'm gonna pass on this one, and I'm just like, I don't know if you've ever been shopping before, but this is not a place for you to make up your mind. Do that on the sales floor. Do that in the fitting room. Coming up to the register says, hey, I'm going to buy these items. I'm ready. If you're not ready, don't come up to the freaking cash register. I'm not there to tell you it looks good on you. That's what the people that work in the fitting room are for. It drives me insane that people are like, oh, I don't think I want this. You couldn't have decided that 5 minutes ago when you were looking at it. If you don't love it then, you're not going to love it at the cash register. In turn, you're not going to love it when you buy it and take it home. I really wish people would stop thinking cash register means place for me to make my final decision. No. Final decision is prior to the cash register. Cash register is final purchase. You're going to tell me all these 5, 12, 80 items, whatever you're buying, and 80 is possible. Don't be tripping. And and then you're gonna pay me money for that. Okay? You're not gonna be like, oh, I don't want this. Then I have to put it away. Okay? It's not my job to decide what would look good on you, or what would look good with this skirt. I don't care. Just buy it so I don't have to put it away. It's so irritating. Okay. Another thing I don't like is when people like do returns. I'm like, I do returns. It's a part of life. You think it's good in the store, and no, or oh, you bought 2 of them, you only need 1. First of all, I hate when people do that, especially people with kids. They do it all the time. They'll buy like 4 sizes. They'll be like, I don't know which one's gonna fit Johnny. I better bring a couple. Ugh. I know it's annoying to bring Johnny, but if the size 5 in the yellow doesn't fit, size 5 in the blue is also not going to fit. So why not just buy a size run in one color instead of having to return $80 of merchandise that I now have to put away? Or just know your damn kid's sizes. It's not that hard. It's really, Johnny's size. You pick up the size. We don't have it. Not my problem. And we move on with life. Okay? That bothers me. And when people come up with returns, there's a couple different people. There's grocery sack bag people. Now, not to be judgmental, but usually people who bring their returns in a grocery sack probably don't have the receipt, probably paid with cash, and the items probably smell like smoke. Okay? I have worked in the business, if you will, long enough to understand that that's pretty accurate. Why do they use a grocery sack? Okay, well, they probably threw away the receipt the day they got it, if they even kept it. So they didn't keep the bag, of course. The second they get in the car, they're ripping it out of the bag, and the bag's long gone. So they use a grocery sack, okay? So they don't have the receipt, and they don't have the bag anymore, which the bag isn't that big of a deal, but anyway. And then I paid in cash. Oh, is that going to be a problem? I'm sorry, I don't know too many stores that just let you return the items without a receipt. It's really irritating because how do I know you didn't just walk over to the front table and steal it? And be like, oh, I need to return this. Can I just get cash back? No. People are so stupid. They're like, oh, can I just get cash back? No, I'm sorry. You paid with a gift card. I can't just give you cash back. Are you retarded? Offensive word. Sorry. But seriously, it drives me insane. And then, so they pay with cash. We can usually look it up if they paid on like a card, but these people pay with cash, and then it usually smells like smoke. It's very stereotyping, but I'm sorry, would you go to a store and buy an item that smelled like vomit? No. So people aren't going to want to buy this item with the smoke smelling. Oh, and what gets me is they'll be like, the tags are on it. So is every item in the store. How do I know you didn't just steal it? I need proof of purchase. Keep your damn receipt. It's not that hard. I have receipts from like 2003. I'm only 20 years old. Do the math. I've kept receipts. I was a very responsible child, and I'm a very responsible adult. I think it's just stupid that people just haphazardly throw the receipt away. Unless you're buying, stamps, you should keep your receipt. It's just stupid not to keep them. And when people have their returns, I just love it. They're like, I just have a return. Just have a return. First, you're going to sit there and you're going to rifle through your purse because you didn't think about the return. Oh, I forgot about the receipt. Oh, you're going to need that. So you're rifling through. Oh, I know it's in here somewhere. You pull out ones from another store, from the grocery store, from, I don't know, when you got your oil changed everywhere. Oh, you got all these receipts. Oh, I found it. Great. Okay, so we just wasted 5 minutes of my life. And then I pull it up and then, is that what I paid for that item? Yeah, it's right here on your damn receipt. The computer doesn't just haphazardly pick out a price. Oh, $4.99. No, that's what you paid. I'm not making it up. It's not this mythical, magical machine that just pops out a number. What you paid is what you're going to get. And no, you cannot get cash back. Did you pay in cash? No. Yeah, didn't think so. Okay, just know if you've never worked retail, when you do a return, it's not just a return. It's actually kind of annoying, especially for the illiterate people who do not know how to read a return policy. It's not that hard. It's the same. It doesn't really change. Another thing that really irritates me about customers is every once in a while a card will get declined, and if it's darn First National, okay, we got to run it again. It has to go through his credit. I'm used to that. Most people know it has to go through credit. It doesn't bother me. But when it's like another card, I always check, and I always, say it with a low voice, your card got declined. And I'm like, does it have to go through his credit? And they're like, no. This card has $10,000 on it. Why did it get declined? I don't know. Again, I'm not just like, decline. Oh, it happened. Sorry. No, it's not my fault. Call your freaking bank. Sort it out with them. It's not my responsibility to manage your finances. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a personal, financer. I work retail, although I will, that's a new point. But basically, I hate when people are like, why is it declined? Don't get all on the defensive. It's not my fault you spent more money than you thought you had. I've had people do that, and they'll be like, well, can you try running it again? No, I cannot try running again. First of all, it might go through that second time, and then my company is going to get charged because there wasn't actually funds in the account, it's just a waste of our time. If it didn't go through the first time, what makes you think, sorry. I just snapped my fingers and more money's in my account now. Can we go ahead and try it again? No, it's just so irritating. Like, I can't stand it. Now, I do work retail, and I have for 4.5 years now, maybe. I don't know. I'm not counting. But what irritates me a lot is people think like that's like my life aspiration is to be a retail part-timer. And as fun and glamorous as the job is, I know. I'm going there because I'm in school and it helps me pay for things that I want. I'm going to have a real career someday. Not saying that people who work retail don't have a real career, but really that's what I'm saying. I'm not some dumb little kid, and I hate when people are like, are you sure you did that right? I'm sorry. I know this computer backwards and forwards. You would rather, get 50 cents off something because you're a cheap ass. I think I know that the price rang up correctly. Do not question me. I know I'm right. You're wrong. It just, I just hope that maybe this segment will help people realize how dumb they are when they're shopping, and that we do talk about you when you leave. So that's it. That's what's up. See you after my next shift.